Hi there, my name's Kate. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to be telling you all about layering with Cricut Iron-On. And whilst I'm doing that, I'll be showing you how to make this cute little pennant with 3 iron-on stars which have been layered up. Throughout the video, I'll share lots of hints and tips to help you with layering iron-on in your project. It's best to stick to 4 layers or less, otherwise you may encounter problems with too much bulk and your design getting distorted. So for my design, I'm going to cut 3 stars. I'll be using everyday iron-on in neon and blue, and also glitter iron-on. There are lots of different finishes of Cricut iron-on, and they need to be treated differently when layering. If you have foil, glitter like this, holographic or holographic sparkle, they can only be used as the top layer. So you'll only be able to use any of those once in a layered project. Seeing as I'm going to have a glitter star, that's going to be the top layer of my design. The reason is that glitter is textured, so it will affect anything on top of it. And you'll find that when you wash it, anything on top of the glitter would peel away. And then the foil and holographic finishes are super shiny with a non-stick surface, so nothing will attach to the top of those. The other finish that you need to be extra careful with is Sport Flex. You can only layer the Sport Flex iron-on top of Sport Flex, so you don't want to mix that up with any other finishes. Then we've got everyday iron-on, like these two. So these are absolutely perfect to use as base layers. We just need to decide the order of them. So let's get started with our project. I'll go over to Design Space first of all. I'm on a blank canvas and I just got there by clicking New for a new project. I'm going to click on Shapes here and add a star. Now I know I'd like my star to be 4 centimeters wide. So up here in the Edit menu, with my star highlighted, I'm just going to type 4, and that will change our star to 4 centimeters. I need to duplicate that now once and twice, so we've got 3 stars. And I did that by highlighting my star and clicking duplicate over here on the right. If you're working on the app on a tablet or a phone, you'll see duplicate will be along the bottom of your screen. Now I need to make each of these stars a different colour to reflect the 3 different materials that I'm using. So I'm going to be having pink and blue and gold. So I'll do that again and I'll explain it this time. You highlight your star and then up here in Operation, or it could be called Line Type, you click on the little square of colour and you just simply select whichever colour you want to use. Now let's see, the colours aren't perfect, but it really doesn't matter. So if you want to, you can rotate your stars just so that they are in whatever order and design you'd like them to be. Now we know that we're going to have the glitter gold star on the top. So I've put that on the top over here. And I think our design is going to look a little bit like that. So we're good to go. Let's click on Make It. And then the first mat to come up is the pink one. I don't need to worry too much about clicking Mirror because my design would be exactly the same if it was the other way around. But remember, anything which is directional, so any letters and most shapes, you should always select Mirror On for an iron-on project. So let's go through now and just do that with all 3 mats. Okay, then we can click Continue and our device is just going to hook up with my machine. So whilst that's happening, I'm going to fix my pink piece of iron-on onto my mat. So I'll peel off the protective layer and then position my iron-on face down in the top left-hand corner of the mat, like so. And I'll just use my brayer, this lovely rolling tool, to make sure it's really firmly attached. Okay, back to the computer and we can select which material we're using. So this is everyday iron-on. It's reminding me to mirror and telling me that we need the fine point blade loaded in the machine, which is good. And then we can feed the mat into the machine. So make sure it's hooked under those 2 clips, it's pushed all the way in and it's nice and square, and then you can press the Cricut button. When your machine has cut your first design, flip your mat over and just gently peel it back from your design. And then keep working your way through the other colours. So it's actually gold next. Pop it down. Remember, shiny side down. So carrier sheet down on your mat. And then just follow the on-screen prompts and feed the next colour into your machine. But we must remember to change the material for gold to glitter iron-on. So when we're on this mat, you need to click on this drop-down option up here and click glitter iron-on. That way, the correct amount of pressure will be applied to make sure that the glitter iron-on is cut, because it's a bit thicker than everyday iron-on. And then I can click the flashing Cricut button. Okay, that's our glitter iron-on shape cut. I'm going to turn my mat over and peel it away from the back of my shape, just so that we keep our iron-on shape flat at all times and it doesn't get distorted. And then we need to repeat the process for our last layer, which is blue. So I'm going to go back over to the mat here on my device. And as we can see, it's still set to glitter iron-on. So I just need to swap that back to everyday iron-on and then continue with the process and cut my final layer. The next stage is to weed our 3 stars. So I've already done that for these two, and that is using this weeding tool, peeling off any of the parts of the design that you don't need. I'll just show you for the remaining pink one here. You hook it under your iron-on in the corner in an area that you don't need, and then gently peel it back. Ooh, every now and then you might find that you need to use your weeding tool to help it stay in position. But that's fine. And keep weeding around like so. There we go. We've got our 3 weeded stars. So finally, we need to use our Cricut Easy Press to apply the 3 iron-on stars onto our blank, which is this lovely felt banner in this case. So I'm going to get my heat mat in position and then heat up my Easy Press to the correct temperature. So I've been onto the Cricut Heat Guide. You just type that into your browser, and I've checked what temperature and time settings I need on my Easy Press when I'm applying these materials, so everyday iron-on and glitter, onto felt. So I know that I need to apply with a temperature of 140 degrees for 30 seconds, but I also need to preheat my felt for 5 seconds at the beginning. There we go. Let's place our first star onto our design. I'm going to have it, actually, let's just double check how we want them to go. Be like this. There we go. So our first star is going to go about here. You can press it in place and the carrier sheet should hold it down for you. And then take your Easy Press and press the button and it will heat up. When the first star has cooled down, you can gently peel back the carrier sheet and it should be stuck onto your felt. Perfect. Next up, we've got the pink star, because remember, we can only use the gold star on the top. So I'm going to pop that one in position here. And we need to make sure that any of the exposed areas of our previous design are still covered with a carrier sheet. So I'm going to pop that piece left over from the first star onto the part that's exposed, so that the Easy Press isn't actually directly touching any of our design. Okay, so the second star has now cooled down and I can gently peel away the carrier sheet. There we go. And we can take our final star, which is the glitter version. I'm going to place it on top again, like this, so that we're layering up the 3 stars on top of each other. And then just remember that you need to cover over any of the exposed parts of your design that you've previously pressed on with some of the carrier sheet. So I'm going to use this previous piece of the carrier sheet and just pop it over. We just need 1 piece there, so that's perfect. And then on we go for the final 30 seconds. Finally, we just need to apply heat on the back, so flip it over and heat up for 15 seconds just to make sure that everything is really firmly bonded. And once everything has cooled down, you can peel off the carrier sheets. And then as you can see, so cute, we've got a little pennant to hang up on the wall with 3 layered stars on. Absolutely love it. So just remember, you need to use different rules for different types of iron-on. Glitter, foil, holographic and holographic sparkle can only go on the top, whereas everyday iron-on, you can use that as much as you like on base layers. Up to 4 layers in total is advisable. Sport Flex is the only other one to really worry about, and that can only be layered on top of itself. Hope you've enjoyed this project. Remember to check out other videos if you'd like to see some more ideas and inspiration for projects to make with your Cricut machine. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.